crypto warriors, changing our world day by day. The way of the crypto warriors, can't rely on the bankers, no way.
Good morning, Bix Weir, roadrunner.com with your morning horn of Z's, your sip of chaga coffee. Let's talk silver and let's talk freedom and let's talk banking crashes. The criminal cabal was able to push the silver price down below the 200-day moving average for the close of market in the United States, and then it popped up instantly. The CFTC, Commodities Futures and Trading Commission, is complicit. Let's just call it collusion. They're colluding. Rustin Benham is colluding with the banks to control the price of silver. He admitted it himself when he said he had to tamp down the price of silver. That agreement happened a year ago. And I believe the agreement was for Bank of America to lease all this silver and sell it into the market. And then there was some agreement. And this is, I get from the Ginny Moonstone reading we just did and I posted yesterday. There was some agreement between the parties that that they had to close this out in a year. Now, the vast majority of these shorts went on during the entire year, 800 million total. I think it's like 600 million happened last year. And these are short-term, one-year leases. So the pain is already felt from the criminals that sold silver into the market. Now comes the pain of price suppression. Now, how are they going to get the silver back to fulfill the other end of the agreement, which is to give the silver back? They could do it. They could pay off with cash. I don't know. But in reality, there's no more. If they pay off in cash, there's no more silver to borrow. The silver's gone. And who would sell an ounce of silver now other than the electronic ounces? Yesterday, and I pointed this out Thursday, right here, over 1 billion ounces of electronic silver were dumped on the market to facilitate this $1 crash in silver. That's insane. It's just glaringly obvious that these guys are in deep trouble. But what they did get done is they were able to remove 7,400 contracts from the open interest for the March contract, which is the delivery month. Now, right now, it sits at 8,572 contracts, which is, 42 million ounces or so, 43 million ounces. I don't even think they have that. So come Monday, we'll see if they're able to scrape off or roll over or pay off any more of these contracts. Otherwise, they're going to have to deliver 40,000 contracts. My guess is Monday is that the extra day that they always give the criminals. So we'll see. I don't think it's going to be 42,000, but we'll know. We will know on Monday when the numbers are posted. So, yeah, if you remember just a couple of days ago, the open interest was over 100 million ounces, over 200 million ounces. Not too long ago, last week. And that's what these criminals do. Bank of America, because they can't close out their short position, they have to roll it over every month. Roll over. And the OCC, the Office of Comptroller on Currency, that the Bank of America has to report these leases to, has not said a word about it yet. And that's shocking. I mean, their job, the reason they collect this data is to look for any anomalies. What can be a bigger anomaly in silver than adding 1 year's worth of annual production on the globe to a derivative short book of a too-big-to-fail bank? I mean, that's what the OCC is there for, to stop shit like that from happening, and they allowed it to happen. So I'm sure there's OCC members at the head office of Bank of America in their trading room sitting on their desk saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And I'm sure Bank of America is saying, "We're trying to save the world. Our financial system is at risk." And then if Putin holds up a bar of silver and says, "Just buy silver, let's destroy the United States and the whole Western banking system," then they'll claim it's all Putin's fault. They love to blame Putin. Yeah, I think the war is not what we are being told it is. I think it's a takedown of the last stronghold of the cabal. But hey, that's me. I'm a conspiracy guy, remember? Anyway, interesting stuff. In Canada, Trudeau did a about face on the confiscating bank accounts. Now, a lot of people saying, Bix, you don't know what you're talking about. See, Trudeau lifted it. It wasn't anything about it. He's really free market. And no, he's not. The reason he lifted that mandate was there was a run on the banks. People were starting to pull their money out and they were running out of money. So he had to lift the ban. And he had to give back those frozen assets for the very reason they have to rig the silver market. You have to keep this con going as long as possible. So that is the only reason that Trudeau lifted the ban, lifting the freezing of bank accounts, is because people were acting to get their money out of the banks. Now that people know what the government can do, you should not have any money in your bank because it's coming to you. It'll happen again. Trudeau said, hey, that was pretty damn easy. It's going to happen again. When they want to lock up bank accounts and want to freeze the amount of withdrawals you can make, see, that's what he didn't do. He should have, along with freezing the bank accounts, he should have announced an emergency that you can only remove $300 from your bank account or something to that effect so that people couldn't go to their bank. Now, that's the kind of power that he should have exercised. And I think he will next time. We're going to freeze bank accounts and we're going to limit the withdrawals, which will just call into question everything. Interesting here, cash delay deliveries strike Polish ATMs as people panic hoard amid Ukrainian crisis. Russia forces continue to invade Ukraine for the second day, causing mass panic in neighboring countries. Poland, which has a 326-mile border with Ukraine, is bracing for a wave of refugees. The spillover of chaos is also causing Polish people to panic hoard cash on Friday as bank ATMs ran out of money, according to Bloomberg. See, this is not about, people waiting for which banks are going to be, enthralled in this Joe Biden Western banking power freezing of Russian assets. Well, there's Russian assets all over the world. Is it going to come to your local bank who relies on those Russian assets for deposits and running their fractional reserve banking system? Absolutely. This is I'm screaming right now at you. You who are watching this, get your money out of the banks. It is coming to you. I don't care where you live, in the United States, in Canada, in Brazil. I mean, Brazil, they already know what happens. In Japan, in Asia, Middle East, Africa, everywhere. They are going to be confiscating, shutting down, limiting withdrawals. I do not think in the United States the whole haircuts thing is going to work. Now, if you have, it's a different thing. They can't take your account and say, okay, you have $100,000 in your account. Now we're going to take 50,000 of it. They don't need to do that. Banks, the people who talk about that stuff, that's just fear porn. Because they can create money out of thin air. That's the beauty of central banking and an unbacked fiat monetary system. The reality of the blowback of doing something like, okay, Joe Schmo, we're the government and we're taking half of your life savings, that could never fly in today's day and age. They'd much sooner just print the money and give it more and cause more hyperinflation. But it was written into some law that the United States could do that, but the ramifications, laws are great, but the ramifications of enforcing that law would not fly, not in the United States of America. Everybody and their mother would run in that very moment and take their money out. So they'd have to do it across the board. Everybody gets a haircut. Everybody loses half their cash. Which, good luck getting that through Congress. Good luck enforcing that. Do you know how many banks would be burned down instantly? All of them. But everybody would go into their bank and try to pull out cash. Don't get caught up in this frustration and the melee of this is going to happen in the United States, in Australia, in Canada. It's already started to happen in Canada. So get your money into your own possession. Now is the time to take control of be your own bank, BYOB, be your own bank. As I talked about in my timeline on the private road, we're looking at huge technological disruptions. Major Silicon Valley chip manufacturer NVIDIA hit by malicious cyber attack. Their chips are in everything, by the way. A major Silicon Valley chip manufacturer has been hit by a cyber attack, which one insider told the Telegraph when the news broke, completely compromised the tech firm's internal systems. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean that they've embedded secret programs in chips that are on cell phones, on TVs, on your computer? Maybe these chips steal your cryptos. I don't know. Keep your cryptos stored offline. Hardware wallets. Paper wallets if you know how to make them. And it's difficult. You need a computer that's never hit the internet. A printer that's never been on Wi-Fi. You have to get one of the cables to run your printing, and then make sure that there's no interface, that you need to completely disable any Wi-Fi potential to make a paper wallet. And they don't tell you that online, but yeah, if you dream dragons, that's exactly what happens. Or buy a computer. Bitcoin Ben sells computers that have never been on the internet, as far as I know. I don't know about. Check with Bitcoin Ben. Check how the computers are set up, and do they ever touch the internet? Very important. All right. Yeah, where are we? What a potential wave of cyber attacks from Russia could mean for retail businesses. What about the other way around? What about cyber attacks from U.S. to Russia to Europe? What about cyber attacks, the bankers attacking the banking system itself because they want to get out of their crimes? They want the system to crash so they can hide all their crimes. That's the type of cyber attack we're inching up on, and cyber attacks are all about next month. So yeah, I hope everybody next week is next month, my friends. We're coming into March. It's all about cyber attacks on the Road to Ruta timeline. And I wish all my trucker friends, I don't know how big this is, the trucker convoy, the People's Convoy. The route is, they left California on the 23rd, and they're getting into, I think, Oklahoma, Lake Lisa. Look out your window, see if you see trucks driving by. They're getting to Washington, D.C. on the very day that the Road to Ruta Freedom Roadshow starts in Sonoma on March 5th. If you don't have your tickets yet, go to roadtoruta.com. Click on a roadshow, and there's the dates right there at the top. There's the little trailer, which is always fun. I'll play it after this. And actually, I'm going to play it right now. Josh captured the spirit of these road trips, the Freedom Roadshow, and that's what we're going to be doing. A lot of Q&A, a lot of singing, a lot of friends coming to visit, and Bitcoin Ben has confirmed that he will be in L.A. He will be in L.A. Jenny will be in Phoenix, along with Litecoin Lisa. Yeah, come along, join the fun, and you can get your tickets right there below. And it's small venues, probably 50 to 100 people there. Some are a little bigger. So come hang out. I want to meet you guys. It is time. A lot of people saying, how do I get in? How do I get into the fight? How do I fight the fight? Stuff like this. Go to these things, talk to your friends and family, drag them to these shows. They'll have fun. We party. It's a party. So come check us out. Again, I posted the Jenny Moonstone reading on silver. She told me, this is before it breached down below the 200-day moving average, that they were going to push it below the 200-day moving average. She nailed it again, but she also talked about how frail they are and the secret contracts that are being defaulted on and the lack of communication. Their communication has been cut. The communication between the criminals rigging the silver price. So anything can happen in silver. Get your physical, get it out in your own possession. I don't look at price in cryptos. I don't look at price in silver. Price is not going to be relevant at all during the crash. You won't know the price of silver. You won't know the price of cryptos. The only thing you're going to know is how much you have. And in the future, yes, the future is all about cryptos. You cannot survive in the future without cryptos. You will be buying them. The question is, do you want to buy them now or when everybody else is buying them? That's the question for you. And same with silver. Do you want to buy it now or do you want to buy it when everybody else is trying to get their hands on it, including manufacturers? Wait till Elon Musk says, oh my God, I need 2 billion ounces of silver. How do I get it? For my electric cars, what else does he do? My solar panels. He uses massive amounts of silver. He watches the Road to Ruta, by the way. Somebody told me they saw him watching a Road to Ruta show. So Elon, keep it up. You're doing a great job fighting the bad guys. And I know you've already got your silver tucked away, but buy some more. Let's destroy these assholes. This is Bix Weir, roadtoruta.com.